Hey, it's Jack from Alphacharts with a state of the market video. Today is July 12th, 2025. Before we get started, this video is for informational purposes only. These are not recommendations to buy, sell, or hold any stock or security, and I may hold positions in some of the equities mentioned near your time frame and risk tolerance. All right, thank you all for watching the video. If you haven't done so, you can find me. Well, first, like and subscribe and retweet this if you watch this on X. If you are on X, you catch me at Alphacharts 365. Go ahead and follow me over there. I post things all the time, and if you want to go even further and deeper, you could join my subscriber group. It's $10 a month, but you get a ton of value. Really, the best deal out there. You get in-depth, like I'll be making a very in-depth market video today, including internals of the market, and my extended watch list, which is amazing for idea generation and helps us get into trades at the right time. A focus list video I do this weekend, very shorter, about 10-minute video of the specific names that I like going into the week. I do a market note tonight and on Thursday. I do midweek videos on Tuesday and on Thursday. I do annotated chart setups and all my focus list names and anything else I like throughout the week. Daily market scans, subscriber chart requests. I do live streams. I don't tell you to buy or sell. I just tell you it's kind of like my journal, what I'm doing in the market. And then and it's interactive, and so people can ask questions and respond, and there's a ton of learning that goes on as well. So it's only $10 a month. There are no contracts. Give it a try. Just click that subscribe button. If you're a YouTube only watcher, good news is I also have a YouTube membership. It gives almost all the same video benefits as well as the annotated charts. There's a little like posting area on here. And you see here, the midweek videos. There's your focus list video. There's your weekend video from last week. All for members only. All the same information. Same price, same everything. So again, click that join button on YouTube, and you'll get all that as well. All right, let's get into the markets. So this week was really a non-week, right? It was a very slow middle of summer, middle of July type of week. Everyone's on vacation, and you had, a small down week of 0.29 on for the SPY. But when we really look at it, what has really changed? Nothing. It's just letting the moving averages catch up. At least that's the way I look at it. And we're well above, I think, the breakout area, about the 612, 613-ish area. And you have the 23-day catching up. And so it's doing what it's supposed to do. Consolidation. That's all I count this week as. Looking at the RSP, it looks very, very similar. It's sitting right on the 9-day. On the week, you see it was down 0.42, about the same. Nothing crazy. And it hasn't quite broken out yet. But Doom, again, it's letting the moving averages close the gap. You have the 50 that crossed above the 200 again. Again, that's just a healing market, and nothing goes straight up, right? There's a little bit of a gap there. So, when I say gap, I mean space between the moving average 9-day and price. And now it's kind of just gone sideways. Again, letting the moving averages catch up, which you see it all the time. You saw it here, right? And you're seeing here, and I wouldn't be shocked if we even get potentially another couple of days of pullback. That'd be okay. Everything would still be good. On the Qs, you see breakout all-time highs. They were down 0.36. So again, nothing crazy. And we're above the breakout area on the 23-day, which is beautiful to see. So you come down, you can retest the 23-day, hold the breakout, and then bounce. And when we look at, okay, well, how much of a pullback could that be? About 2%. All right. 2%, but 2% on the indexes, if you're in growthy names, could be, 5, 7%, something like that. And so we have to make sure that we have, proper risk management. But overall, yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if we see a touch or even an undercut of this 23-day in the next week or so or two. But that would be within the context of a bigger bull market. Equal weighted Qs down 1%. on the week. That's no big deal. Again, you see how down underneath the 9. But again, I wouldn't be shocked if we see, maybe a small undercut. Where did it stop? It stopped right at 100, which is, the Livermore number. Yeah, it could come back. It could tag this 97 area. Yeah, it's only about 1% away or so. It's not far. Mid caps, again, nothing goes straight up. On the week, I believe they did no, about the same point, down 0.62. Yeah, last week they did pretty good. Um, Again, just it went very fast. Create that there's that space right there, and then it just kind of went sideways. Yeah, a little pullback over again next 5 to 10 days. That makes sense. Same thing here. Just a little bit extended, right? I mean, they all look the same. And I think that's maybe the message, right? Maybe that's the good part, is that they're all starting to move together, and I think that's more of a like institutions might be helping to run the market. So as far as volume goes, it wasn't like dead money, right? There was enough volume there, I think. I don't look a ton on volume, but I do eyeball it. Looking at XLF, here's your breakout, there's your retest. Again, I want to see this 23-day hold, but really just retesting the breakout as of right now, doing nothing wrong. You can even make a little kind of flaggy look to it right there. And if it breaks that, I think the financials are another spot that look really good. By the way, earnings season are coming up, and financials usually kick it off, and they do this year too. Looking at the SMH semiconductors, they're just riding the 9 day very strong, and I think that's what you want to see. Semiconductors you want to see leading, and they were up on the week. First one we can say that was up on the week of anything we've looked at, and that's good. That tells you semiconductors are leading the market. That's bullish, period. And equal weight semiconductors, yeah, they were just down just a smidge, but nothing wrong with that. Did nothing wrong. Right to an area of potential supply, but still riding the 9 day, just like the cap weighted SMH. Transports, they were up on the week, 1.5%. Another one that you want to see at least participating, and they did more than that this week. Looks really really good. XTN equal weighted, they were up 1.8, so about the same. Again, now they're super extended, probably need to come in a little bit, maybe over the next week. Housing, they were up on the week, 2.49%. Again, they've been so bad for so long that this move here has been very, very nice. Might have a little bit more left in it, but just a little bit extended. So if you decide, if you're in this, where you want to be, I have a position in one of these uh, triple leverage things that I posted for subscribers. It's been a nice gain so far, and now I'm just riding the gains, right? But this looks really, potentially really good. If this can break higher from here, even you could get a decent move. XHB, same look right at the 200-day, looks really good, broke out. And then the mags, on the week they were up 0.5% or so. Again, looking really good, almost back to all-time highs. Not quite there yet, but looks like they want to get there. Again, riding that 9 day. And then we have, of course, Bitcoin, huge gap up, broke to all-time highs. So, this is a name I'm involved in. This was a note to subscribers right there where we got in and how we're playing this. Now we're not going to let a green trade go red, but Bitcoin as an indicator, I think this is very bullish. But again, it's extended, and Bitcoin always can get more extended, obviously, and any of these charts can. But eventually, there's usually a little bit of chop laying moving averages catch up. But you see, sometimes it goes up very fast. So how am I reading this? I mean, I love that everything, all these sectors are above their moving averages, doing well. SMH is leading. You have participation in financials, in transports, in housing. The Max 7's doing well. Bitcoin is doing well. Everything looks good. Everything looks actually a little bit extended. And I think that's not a bad thing. But now this is where managing the trade matters, right? Are you going to get shaken out if we come back and retest, this area with a 1 or 2% pullback in the market, right? Something like that. That's what you have to figure out, right? Where do you want to put your stop, and how much are you willing to give a little back for a potentially bigger gain? Or is that not in your personality and you said, okay, I'm near the top, and if it breaks this low, I'm out. Again, that's up to you. And this is things that we talk about with subscribers all the time. If you want to join us, it's real easy. Just click that subscribe button at Alphacharts 365. The market's good right now. The market's good. I think we should be looking for things to buy, but buying at the proper place. That's the key, right? The number one strategy that I like to employ is my entry, right? In risk management, you have your entry and you have your stop, and that's your risk. And so that's what we can control. And so, yeah. So there we go. It's a bull market, right? Look for things to buy at the right spots. Come join us. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.